Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of From the Ground Up. My name is Jamie, as always, and we are looking at our brand new tether. This is an H&S tether, and it's a little bit simple. It's a little old, but it does the job. And we actually technically got this for free, so it fits my budget perfectly. As you can see, it's very simple, one swap at a time, and it just, the reel here spins around and flicks it over, allows the air to get through, and really to dry it all off. And we've just been doing a little bit of work on that this morning. We need to do a little bit more work on the power takeoff in there and just get that kind of freed up. Because yeah, some of the bearings were a little bit off, so we had to replace one of the bearings on this wheel, and then also on that pulley in there. But that's all been done, which is fantastic news, and we can use that when we need to for this hay crop coming up, which will be fantastic. But for now, the reason we got it for free for two reasons. One, it needed a little bit of servicing, and two, we promised to go and do a little job. And that job in question, as I'm just going to shut the workshop door. There we go. It's coming down, it's lovely. We'll just head out the main door here. Splendid. The job in question, we have to go and do a little bit of mowing around the main yard of the kind of like this old farmyard, old barn of the guy who used to own that tether. So to do that, we're gonna take the old farm all out fancy today, which we've got tucked around here. And you may be asking, well, what we're gonna use. We've also bought one of the new machines we've had arrive recently is a new topper, new mower, topper, whatever you like to call it. Which is fantastic. So we just need to start this old girl up. On the money every time. Perfect. And I fancy we just go and take a little bit of a drive. We'll put the topper on the back first. And it gives us a nice opportunity to go and take a little drive. It's a beautiful day so far. It is due to get a little bit grey and murky later on, so we'll have to wait and see if and when that actually appears. As you can see, we've got our bulker trailer parked up there now. So we're really kind of progressing a little bit. Since we last spoke, all of our land that we currently own has been sprayed. Where did I park it? There we go. So all of our land is done. We've got it's got some great growing weather at the moment as well, which is fantastic news. And all being well, it will continue to grow. I'm likely going to have to come back in and spray the grass again because from a nutritional standpoint, it wasn't all that great. So we're just going to connect this up. As you can see, we have a rhino topper here, foldable down. This was quite expensive, but I need something that we're going to be using this a lot. We're going to have corn stalks that need topping down. We've got all of our grass verges and pasture fields that may need topping down if we're not going to be mowing them for hay, that is. So it's something that we're really going to get a lot of benefit out of. Now, it has got some good reach to it. I'm excited to get to use it actually, so it's going to be nice to take it over. We'll go over there and we're going to find old Jerry, who kindly struck up the agreement with me, and we should be able to get this topped out quite quickly. It is a little bit of a drive, but we'll get there soon enough, I'm sure. If I bring up the old map here, we're heading up, and then we've got to go east. So what we might actually do, we're going to go in a bit of a circle here, I think. We will head our way out first, and then on the way back we'll come back through some of the fields and just have a gander what's going on really. But we'll take the main road for the first time round and just see what's going on really. Like I say, why not? It is a beautiful day after all. And at the moment, there is not much else cooking at the moment for us. We don't have any livestock in yet, so we have nothing to care for there. All of our crops are growing slowly. That radio doesn't work, which is annoying. But yeah, we're coming along nicely. Let's just change up a gear there. Give the tractor a good run out. Look at the fumes coming out the top of the exhaust there. But yeah, another beautiful day on Lone Oak. I am looking into the possibility of leasing this field coming up on our right. That was too expensive though at the first request, so I doubt we're going to do it. Primarily because it has potatoes at the moment, so there's a huge value on that one. So we won't be acquiring that field anytime soon. That's one thing I know for sure. starting to figure out and understand who all of our neighbours are as well as we're working. There's a few other things that we've got, a few other new pieces of equipment that we will be having a look at when we get back to the yard. Our new tractor is now at the yard as well, which is fantastic. We've bought a new cultivator. We haven't moved it yet. We haven't brought it down to the yard because it is a bit of a big brute, but it's nearby, let's say. Not too far away for us to pick up when we need it, but like I say, right now we don't really need it. There's not a lot for us to do currently, so we'll just leave it where it is. We are looking into, I'm debating the possibility of buying a skid steer to go with. This is our current only loader tractor we have, so I might look at getting a skid steer for us as well. And of course we're looking for a combine. Now what we're going to do when we head up this way, we are going to be stopping off to have a quick look at the piece of land that may be of some use to us actually. It could be, it's up for lease. It currently has barley drilled in it. So we'll let this car go first. We're not that quick. And we'll just get our indicators on. There we go. Well, you can see they're working. They're flashing on my loader. So we're going to head along here. We're going to stop just before we get to the barn for the top end, because we're going to have a look at this land on the roadside. It could be quite good for several reasons, because not only are we looking at the land, but it looks like they've got something that could be of use to us. Let's just stop here. Lord, when did that fall down? That's not good. Didn't even see that happen. Is there like a lock on there I missed? Let's have a look at that. That's a loud tractor when you stand near it. So this is the field we were looking at acquiring. As you can see right now, it is currently 41,000. It's a lot of money. We should really look into seeing if we can get a lease deal for that. But this is something that really interests me. And there's another one through there as well, actually. What is this? This is a case 2388. It's a nice looking machine, that is. I wonder how much he wants for that. We're gonna have to give that number a ring and see what we can do there. But that looks really good. Fascinating. And what have they got up here? An older John Deere by the looks of things. No signs of any headers. What's this one? A John Deere 8820. Yeah, no signs of any headers or header trailers of any sort, but I assume they have those somewhere. But that is very interesting. I have to come back and think about that. We're keeping some of our money away so we can look at the possibility of acquiring a combine. That is an essential purchase for us. And something like that could really future-proof us moving forward. Assuming that there is a header to go with it, because that is a sticking point otherwise. But yeah, very interesting indeed. We're gonna, like I say, we're gonna have a look at this. This is currently spring barley in here, so we need to see what kind of price we'll be looking for with the barley in situ. But definitely a field that we're looking into. I do know the owners through a friend of my neighbour's. A bit tedious, but that can be something that may work in our advantage. But for now, yeah, very much something that we can. Well, something that we can definitely look into. So yeah, I think we'll have to come back to this. But for now, yeah, we need to go and fulfill our obligation for. Get across the road. Fulfill our obligation to the seller of our tether. Get back on the road here. So I've agreed that we'll come in and we're going to mow this field 3 times throughout the summer. Well, it's not really a field; it's a paddock and the surrounding areas of the barn. So we're going to trim everything down. Usually he used to have a little barn there and a small holding. I think there's even still an old tractor there. But at the moment it is rather empty. It's kind of getting a little bit overgrown, so we're going to go in there, mow it all down, get it all back into shape, and then we will, yeah, kind of fulfill our obligations. It's a nice little pasture there. Oh, it is? It's really nice. Anyone behind us? Nope. Lovely. And we're back at the store, my favourite place at the moment. Spending a lot of money there. Delighted with the case, I must say. It looks fantastic. They've serviced it over as well, given it a good run through, so it's looking in brilliant condition. So we'll have to see. Well, I'm looking forward to getting that out in the fields. Actually, I'm not sure what we'll be doing with it exactly, but yeah, we'll get out there and we'll get it working sooner rather than later, which will be awesome news. Looks like a little stable down there, maybe. Yeah, interesting. This little old farm will really kind of motors on a bit. I've noticed as well, as we've been using this more and more frequently, that it's really starting to get cleared out and run a little more efficiently. I think it needs a good service and an overhaul that I've yet to be able to do, but I do think it'll really benefit from it. So we may look into doing that sooner rather than later. We are coming into this little place on our right here. Nice little old building. So as you can see, this is his old kind of old homestead here. There's a little pasture. We're going to just kind of mow everything down on both sides of the fence here. And then that'll be good. We'll come back in and do it probably in about a month's time. And we'll see how we're looking. There we go. We'll fold that down. Nice looking rugged mower, must say. Lowers down, it's a little bit wobbly there as it's getting going, but looks good to me. And yeah, we'll get this little paddock done, and then I think he wants to jump on that side of the fence as well, but that's something we can definitely look at doing. What gear are we in there? We need to just slow that down a bit, that's better. And away we go. So as you can see, it's really mulching it down there, making a lovely job of it. Coming along nicely. Shouldn't take us too long to do this, but it's just a case of pulling in a few favours really, keeping everyone happy. As we discussed earlier on, we don't have a great deal of money these days, so you know, if we can get the equipment by doing little odd jobs and favours, then I'm all for that. And it's nice not to have to use the big equipment either for small kind of easy tasks like this. Always better just to kind of use all of your equipment. But what we'll do, we'll get this all finished up there, and then we're going to take the scenic route back to the yard, I think, through some of the, kind of like a common track through some of the fields. We'll take that, and then we'll see what else we can get up to back at the yard. Alright then, folks. With that, we are just about done. Just going to crack it into gear again and tidy up this little edge. But as you can see, we've got the paddocks mowed down there, looking all nice and tidy. This mower actually does a couple of things. Not only does it obviously cut the grass, but or any of the weeds there, but it also mulches them, which is why you don't see a great deal of grass lying around on the surface. It's all kind of just, it gets two passes, so it's kind of shredded a little bit, which is fantastic. Gives a really nice tidy job. Very happy with how that's panned out. We'll just catch that bit there, that's lovely. And I think we're looking very good. We'll just take this clump out in the middle, and then had a quick chat with old Jerry. He's around here somewhere, and he's very happy with what we've done. So we're just going to let that slow down for a little bit, which sounds like it's just about done, and we'll fold it up. Splendid news. So we will get ourselves on the way. Like I said, we're going to take a little bit of a different route back home. And then I'm probably going to get in the truck and have a drive down and look at that combine again, see who I can speak to about that. Because that was quite something. Okie dokie then, we are away. Flat to the mat, as they say. We'll get ourselves home sooner rather than later. And it's still nice and sunny, nice and dry. Later on today, we are... What else have we got to do? A few little odd jobs around the yard, tidying up a few things, which would be good. And then we're going to have a bit of a business meeting with the family, make sure we are all on the right track as to how we want to progress, which I believe we are actually. I think we're very much there. This is my first sit-down meeting with the Williamsons, so that'll be really impressive. Going to be very intrigued to see how that goes. And yeah, we'll take it from there. But like I say, everything is coming along. There's a lunch spot for me. That's nice. Everything's come together very nicely now. Very much starting to get a feel for the area. Very pleased to have got all the fertilizer down on the land for the first time. Oh, let's swing off onto here. That's a nice crop. Nice crop of sunflowers there. That's really nice. Just make our way over. If we keep following this road, eventually we'll get out towards Lone Oak, not too far away. A lot of root crops around here, an awful lot of sugar beet. That field's huge. Clearly quite a wet field, looks like there's a marsh or a river running through the middle of that. I wonder how good the drainage is. And as you can see, there is Lone Oak itself. Our crop of barley, or wheat, sorry, just on this side of the hill has been sprayed as well as T1, so that's coming along very nicely. Could do with a little bit of rain actually just to kick it on a bit, so hopefully I think we're due some in the next couple of days, but we'll have to wait and see. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this back to the yard and then we'll have a quick look at the tractor, see what's new with that, and see where we're going, and get ourselves kind of in some sort of shape of a plan for the afternoon. So we'll see you back at the yard. Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen. We're just going to switch this off, give a little bit of a rest there. Nice to get out and work on the older machines today. I've enjoyed that. We're going to head back into our machine shop. And as you can see, we have got 2 tractors in the shed now, which is fantastic news. Delighted by that. So we have got our K7250 along with our 7510 John Deere. This is going to be a heavy cultivation machine. As you can see, it's got wide tyres on, plenty of grip, plenty of traction with added wheel weights on the front along with the front weight. But it's just a really nice, powerful machine. Not too many hours on, about 4,000 hours on the clock, so it's still got plenty of life left in here. And yeah, very nice, smart machine. Very much looking forward to getting some use out of this. Over the next few months, as we're not really going to be doing a lot of cultivation work, it will be used around the yards. And it will still get out over grain, over harvest time, pull some trailers around, that kind of thing, and then we'll get some real use out of it when the winter months come. But ultimately, very nice machine. I'm just going to fire her up here. As you can see, it's got a big growling engine. It's a real beastly sounding machine. Very nice. And yeah, it's been serviced up, everything is good to go, all the filters have been changed, everything has been looked through there, so it is good for at least another kind of 500 hours with me before I need to look at it, which is fantastic. Moving on from an equipment standpoint, we've got everything we need to start with in terms of a crop standpoint, so we can cultivate, plough, and drill. Equipment is all in various ages and sizes, but you know, we have it all. We can bale hay. The only thing we really need to think about is what we're going to do in terms of animals and livestock. So I'm looking out to try and find a stock trailer, a livestock trailer, probably for the gooseneck for the back of the truck actually, if we can find one of those. And also a water tank. I need a water tank to ferry water around, so we need to find one of those. But after that, that's kind of us. Eventually, we would be starting off feeding our cattle hay, I would imagine. Eventually we might look into silage, but we just can't afford to think about that for the year 1 at least. That might be a year 2 or year 3 project. But yeah, ultimately everything is coming along very nicely. We're getting there. It's taking a little bit of time, as these things always do, but we're putting the pieces into shape and into place, which is the main thing. It's like a huge, big, interesting, intricate jigsaw, but we'll get there. So all we can do now really is watch this weather, wish for the sunshine so everything can keep growing. We've had plenty of rain so far, so yeah, a few more days of sunshine would be ideal. And that's all we can hope for. But I'm going to leave it here for now, and we'll come back to you later on down the line when things are progressing a little bit, and we'll see what new developments we can find. So hopefully, I'm going to go and have a chat now with the owner of that land with the combine on, and see if we can acquire a deal for some land and maybe even a combine as well, which would be perfect. But until next time, thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, don't forget to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button if you are new to Simulation 4 Nation. And we will see you next time. I have been Jamie. I hope you have enjoyed. But until next time, catch you later.